So Sunday afternoon here, I am just leaving Pahrump and heading over to Las Vegas this afternoon to meet. I'll hit the rumble strip there, better pay attention. Heading over to Las Vegas to meet up with some friends, have dinner with them, visit for a while. I've been laid over here in Pahrump for, I guess, about 6 weeks now. And that's just one of those things that comes up sometimes when you're a nomad, even if you are trying to travel a lot or perpetually. In this case, I had a few things I had to take care of. To take care of business or make the donuts, so to speak. If you use that old Dunkin' Donuts commercial, right? Time to make the donuts. Well, anyway, I had to move my residency over here. That took some time. And I also needed to get a few repairs done on the van. That's all done now. I had new front brake pads put in, and then had an exhaust leak. I thought it was just the flange gasket. Turns out the exhaust manifold on one side was cracked in half, so I had to have that replaced. That's all done now, so the van's much quieter, and I had a fuel filter put in just preventatively, so that was a pretty easy one. And then also September coming down, I planned to do the trip over from Wyoming to Nevada over about 2 months. I ended up doing it over about a month because I ran into some altitude sickness up in the mountains, and so I just ended up shortening things up. But so I also had to recover from the gas expenses. That was a little over $400 in gas for September. And then with like October was sitting still, it was only just over a little over $100. So sometimes you do that too. You just sit still and save some gas. So what I've been doing since I've been in Pahrump is trying to connect with some friends on as I have a chance. I typically work 12, 14 hours a day, sometimes 16 hours a day, and I could do that 7 days a week without any difficulty. So, but I've been trying to do though, to keep myself balanced a little bit, is to force myself to take Sundays off and do some visiting. And I've been doing it all but one Sunday, I think, since I've been here in Pahrump. I've been out visiting with B friends. The interesting thing with that is I still have not been able to connect with everybody I wanted to connect with here in Pahrump. So that's kind of crazy, right? I mean, that's one of those things you hear about. People tell you there's no problem with socialization and having friends on the road as a nomad. And that was not a concern for me when I got on the road. I wanted to get out here and travel and see some scenery and enjoy some solitude and peace and quiet. So I wasn't worried about socialization. And the truth is that I have more and closer friends now as a nomad than I did at any point in my previous life. And I'm not trying. I mean, that's not even something I'm making an effort on. It just happens. So if you're worried about that, you're thinking about becoming a nomad and traveling, you're worried about socialization, I would say confidently don't worry about it. Go to a few meetups, hang out where other nomads hang out. You'll meet people you connect with, you stay in touch on social media, or even by swapping phone numbers, and you have to develop lots of relationships. And the problem for most nomads I know is that you periodically have to limit your socialization for your own sanity, because it's usually not a problem finding people to spend time with you get along well with it. So that usually works out fine. So I've been taking advantage of that here and connecting with people, like I said, on Sundays. Still haven't been able to see everybody I wanted to connect with, and I'm getting ready to leave, but I am heading over to Vegas now to meet up with a couple of good friends over there for dinner. And the point of this video really is not about socialization on the road. What I really want to do is show you, I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you a little bit of the scenery along here. Well, Nevada is an extremely rural state. 3/4 of the population or so lives in Clark County, which is where Las Vegas is. So basically the Las Vegas metro contains 3/4 of the population. Pahrump has 36 or 38,000, I think. You got like Carson City and Reno up north. They're good sized cities. Most of the rest of the state, I mean, there's a few small towns here and there, but it is very rural, very remote. So I'll show you a little bit of scenery going over here. I'm taking 95 or 160 to 95, going the north way. You can also go to south way, 160 to, I don't know, something else, then 215. You come into the south side, but I'm going to the north side, and the south side on 160 is under heavy road construction, almost all the way from Pahrump to the outskirts of Vegas. That's kind of obnoxious. So I'm going the north way. It's a few miles further, but it's a much nicer ride, and it's very remote. So, and as scenic as it gets here, I guess, in the desert. When you leave Pahrump, there's almost nothing until you go through past the little tiny hamlet of Crystal, and you go past a huge military installation, and that's pretty much it until Vegas. So here we go. I'll show you a few clips along the way. We'll mention here as I'm trying to shoot some footage from the road, I'm bumming. I have a new dash mount for the camera on order. It's supposed to be here Friday, and it did not come in from Amazon. Then my mail place is closed Saturday and Sunday, so I haven't been able to check it this weekend. And then, of course, everything's closed tomorrow because of Veterans Day holiday. So hopefully Tuesday I'll have my dash mount. I was wanting to use it for this trip over here to Vegas, so I'm bumming about that. But hopefully it turns out all right anyways. great visit with Jeff and Gina. They fed me really well in addition to the company. That was a great time all around. Heading back towards Pahrump now. Fortunately, the Sunday night traffic in Vegas tends to not be too bad. It kind of reminds me of driving through Chicago or New York City or Boston at night. Really, period. Driving through any of those cities, period. It's crazy at certain times, and you know, even at night, you're still going to have traffic. It's just not bad. So it's not like the roads are ever deserted here, but not bad. It'll be deserted pretty soon when I get out on further up 95, where it's more remote. But a little busy here still. But I was schooled a little bit tonight. I was told if I'm going to be in Nevada now, there's a few things I got to know. And one of the things I was told I got to know about is that when you're in Vegas heading back to Pahrump, there's a very specific expression for that. And you say you're going over the hump to Pahrump. So here we go. I'm heading over the hump to Pahrump. And I got a fun trip planned for tomorrow, which I'm recording this on a Sunday evening. So I think it's the 8th or something, November 8th, I think it is. So, but on Monday, I'm going to be taking a trip over to Ash Meadows, which is a nature preserve about kind of smack halfway between Pahrump and Death Valley National Park. And it's right over, it's in Nevada, right on the California state line. Pretty interesting place from what I've heard. So I'm looking forward to going checking that out, and I'll be sharing that in a future video. And also getting some photos as well. So looking forward to that. But for now, like I said, I'm heading over the hump to Pahrump. So thanks for joining me for this little video, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button if you don't mind. And if you're not already, please consider hitting that subscribe button and then ringing the little bell next to it so you can be notified when I publish new videos. You'll find podcasts just about every Monday, and then I try and sprinkle in some travel videos at alternate times during the week. Although that's been a little thin lately. I wasn't traveling too much for the last 6 weeks, but be getting back into more of that now. So thanks for joining me for this one, and we will see you in the next one.